Yo, what's going on guys? Ian77 here. In today's video we're going to be playing 5 battles against random subscribers. And thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers guys. This is going to be the video dedicated to celebrating that. Alright, so we're up against this subscriber here. He actually has a top 200 finish, so not going to be an easy battle. We are going to use Hog Executioner here just because I feel like if one of my subscribers tries to snipe me with like lava or something, because they're probably all going to try to snipe Hog EQ, so if we have Hog Executioner we might do well against some of the possible snipes to Hog EQ. And he's actually going to have Goblin Hut here. No meta deck really uses Goblin Hut, so I guess he's just having fun here. Not too sure what exactly he might be running. But seeing the Miner and the Zappies, it's probably going to be Mega Knight or P.E.K.K.A. with Hut here. Could be an interesting matchup. Would be really easy with Hog EQ, but it is a bit harder to deal with his Huts here, having Rocket over Earthquake. So he's gonna Poison here. We're just gonna Hog here. It's always gonna be good to Hog on offense, because even though he's gonna always counter it with a Goblin Hut, it's still gonna kill that Goblin Hut, so we won't have to worry about it on the offensive end. And I just used the NATO there because I knew he would always go with the Miner in the safe spot anyway, so NATO wouldn't really ever be able to activate King Tower for us. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can activate King Tower against a Miner if you like log it to the side and use the Tornado then, but well, we'll see if he gives us a chance to do that later in this match. And we're gonna Valkyrie in the back here over the Executioner, because even though I know he probably has something that I'll need the Valkyrie for, it's not going to give him any poison value, so it's a lot better for us. So he's going to have Skeleton King. Kind of an interesting deck by him. And he's going to poison here, but we're just going to Hog again, force him to use that Goblin Hat. I'm not going to NATO this time though, just because I think the Executioner might be able to finish off those Spear Gobs. And yeah, it just barely finishes that off. I'm not even sure if it would have actually killed those Spear Goblins before the HP buff it got recently. And we actually did outcycle his Goblin Hut here, it looks like, so our Hog should actually get a few hits here. We're just gonna Executioner here on this Goblin Hut, because as it walks closer towards the hut, like, if it hits a Spear Goblin, like, pretty near to the hut, then it'll also splash the actual hut itself, so should be able to finish it off pretty well. And the hut isn't even staying alive for that long. It's already worn down most of its HP, just because after that nerf it really doesn't survive for very long. I'm gonna get a pretty solid NATO here just to fool everything towards the Executioner. He is gonna get a pretty good ability there. A couple of skeletons gonna walk towards our left tower, but pretty decent defense overall. He got a good amount of chip though. And yeah, he did still have to spend Zappies on our Valkyrie, so pretty good for us right now. And he did actually spend Miner plus Logs, so we're just gonna Rocket here, because we basically made a positive 3 elixir trade, so that was basically like a 3 elixir Rocket. And yeah, here Executioner's gonna do that splash against the hut that I was talking about. And we're just gonna Hog here right into the Mega Knight, because it still would have got a couple shots if he didn't overspend on it, so that would have probably put it into Rocket range, so yeah. And I'm not going to Valkyrie right away here, just to save it for his Skeleton King. And we're actually going to get a really nice Valkyrie on everything. I'm going to Hog as well, because he must be pretty low on Elixir at this point. And yeah, that should be game here. I don't think he can defend our Hog. GG's. Alright, in the next match here, we're going to be using this Mortar Earthquake deck that I shared a couple of videos ago, or a few videos ago. It does have Knight over Valkyrie though, and Spear Gobs over Skeletons. I just made those substitutions, so it's a bit better against Graveyard, because there's a good chance that I think one of my subs will try to snipe me with like Splash Art or something. Alright. And by the way guys, I still am a bit sick, so sorry if the commentary isn't the best here, but hopefully I'll get better in like a day or two, and you should see better commentary videos coming soon. We're just gonna Earthquake his tower first play. This deck can have a bit of awkward cycles sometimes, so Earthquake's honestly one of the safer plays you can make with this deck. I think we're just gonna take the king activation here on this Skelly Barrel. Yeah, actually gonna have a really clean activation. I'm gonna take 0 damage as well. Yeah, always good to get those king activations with this deck, because you do have like triple spell and mortar, so sometimes you can be in a bit of an awkward spot, and that king tower activation can really carry you sometimes. Yeah, so off to a pretty good start here. He is running an interesting deck. Could be like Mortar or something, but you never know. Now we're just gonna Mortar here on offense. If he goes with a defensive Mortar, we can just Earthquake it. Okay, he does have Goblin Cage, actually. I'm a little bit confused now about what he's running, but we'll just wait and see what happens. He might be running the Mortar deck, but with Goblin Cage over Mortar. Not really sure why. And we're just gonna log that Dart Goblin so we get 1 extra Mortar shot on the tower, hopefully. We're gonna have a pretty good protection of that Mortar there with the Knight and Spear Gobs. We are gonna get 1 extra Mortar shot. I feel like Mortar always gets that one extra shot that it really didn't deserve. And unfortunately, we are going to have to use a defensive Mortar on that Prince, because we did have a bit of an awkward cycle, as I was talking about. But we still did actually get 1 Mortar shot, so it was kind of worth it here for us. And we did force him to waste guards on that Mega Minion, so he pretty much wasted his Elixir lead already. We're just going to log here. Just going to keep cycling Mortars. And if he tries to play like something in the middle to distract our next Mortar, we might try to Tornado it. But actually I'm not sure if we want to, because he's probably going to Prince, yeah. Would be a bit risky to NATO the Prince, but if it was like a Skeleton King, I wouldn't mind NATOing it. And yeah, we're always blocking those Skeleton Kings really high up, because I know that if that ability gets close to my tower, it's going to really devastate it. Yeah, so this Mortar actually might get a lock here if he doesn't spend some other stuff on it. We're just gonna Tornado here. And we actually did pull the Skeleton King into the Mortar blind spot, so we might get a shot here, because the Goblin Brawler also walked out of Mortar range right there. Okay, we'll get a pretty good ability here, so I think our Mortar is most likely just gonna die off here. Firecracker gonna get some pretty nice splash though, kill just about all of the bats. Spear Gob's also gonna do a pretty good job against the Prince here with the Knight and all of that. We're just gonna Mega Minion here to take no damage from the Skelly Barrel. Better than a log even, because we don't even take like any damage from it, rather than like the death damage that you would take with the log. Not sure if he got down that Prince in time. Okay, looks like he just barely got it in time. The Skelly King also gonna distract the Mortar, so I don't think we'll actually get a log. And he does go with a bit of a bad Dart Goblin there. Just gonna fall straight into the Mortar shot. And yeah, I feel pretty confident here, and pretty safe when we have that King activated. He's gonna go with a pretty good cage placement though, so we can't EQ it and the tower. We're just gonna EQ the tower here anyways, because I think we just need like 1 more EQ and a log here just to finish him off. We do also have the NATO for a bit of extra Crown Tower damage if we need it. Yeah, I don't even think he has like a log or something, so you can't really like prediction log or Spear Gobs or anything. That's gonna be GG here. Alright, in the next game here, we're gonna be using this Minor Balloon Cycle deck that I found on TV Royale. Seems like a pretty interesting deck, and kind of just using it to pull a surprise factor on one of my subscribers. Not really too sure like what it would be super good against, but just seems like a solid deck in general. It does have a bit of a slower cycle than normal though, just because it has like Fisherman in there and all that stuff. Maybe if one of my subscribers tries to go with like Hog versus me, this could actually be really good against it with the Fisherman. So he does have Fire Spirit plus Log, so okay, I was thinking it could be Hog actually, but it looks like it is going to be Royal Hogs here. Inferno Tower not going to be the best against Royal Hogs. It is going to clean up pretty well here, but I think once he starts cycling those EQs, the Inferno Tower is just going to get kind of demolished. And we're going to Rascals here. And we actually baited out a Queen, which I was kind of hoping for, because I guess he wasn't expecting us to have a Balloon deck or something. I'm not really sure why he wasted that Queen. But yeah, I just split the Rascals because he wasted a log there, and I knew he might have to spend a queen here, so... I don't think he has any way to stop our balloon. He can, like, Fire Spirit and Delivery and Goblin Cage, but... yeah, looks like our balloon's gonna get, like, 2 drops here. And we're just gonna snowball his queen. It's not even gonna get any value on offense, because he wasted the ability already on the Rascals. And yeah, we're gonna take, like, most of his tower. We do have to be a bit careful, though, because we don't have any direct damage except of a snowball, so he might try to, like, keep his tower alive at a few hundred HP. We're just gonna Inferno Tower here, but yeah, he will go in with the EQ here, so the Inferno Tower is gonna get kind of demolished. We got a bit unlucky with the Fisherman that it didn't target, like, the correct Royal Hog, so we weren't able to activate there, but still defended pretty decently. I kind of want to save my delivery for the Queen, but I guess Rascals are also a pretty good response to it. Gonna get a bit more Miner Chip here. Yeah, don't wanna like leave his tower at just like a few hundred HP, because that could be pretty bad for us here. We're just gonna get a high Inferno Tower pretty late, but we might be able to activate King Tower here. Yeah, so I think the tower targeted the right Royal Hog this time, so we got a pretty nice King activation. Really good delivery against the Royal Hogs and Archer Queen. And yeah, that's gonna finish off really nicely. We're actually gonna prediction Snowball here, hoping to hit his Skellies, and we do end up hitting it. Miner actually does quite a deceptive amount of damage if you leave them alone on the tower. So he's gonna Royal Hogs again, but I don't think he has any way to break through, because we're always gonna defend his Royal Hogs really well, and he won't get enough EQ damage in such a short period of time. Just gonna try to block up the lane with, like, Rascals and maybe, like, a Fisherman here and all that. Okay, so he's gonna Royal Hogs. We're just gonna get a late Inferno Tower down. And yeah, that should be game. So far we're 3-0 against the subscribers. Looking pretty good for us here. GG's. Alright, in the next game here, we're going to be using Logbait. I also shared this deck pretty recently. I did actually put Inferno Tower and Guards over Tesla and Skeletons. I feel like it's a little bit stronger in this meta, just because the Guards are so good against the Queen, and the Inferno Tower is kind of useful against a lot of the beatdown decks. We're just gonna Goblin Barrel and Electro Spirit first play, because it always gets so much damage when they don't have, like, the perfect small spell to defend it. So he's gonna have Dark Prince and Elixir Collector. So this could be like a weird Golem double Prince deck or something like that. Unless he's just trolling us with some weird deck. Alright, so I'm pretty sure if he's running like Golem, I'm pretty sure the variant he has actually has Zap in it, so our Goblin Barrel should get good value, but he is actually gonna have a Wizard. So this actually might be that, like, one giant Sparky Minion Horde pump deck. It was actually pretty good, like, a while ago during like the 20-win challenge, like 2 or 3 years ago, I think. And we're just gonna Goblin Barrel plus Electro Spirit here, because he doesn't have Dark Prince in cycle, so even though he's gonna mini P.E.K.K.A, it won't be as good for counter push as a Dark Prince would have been for him, so I'm not afraid to do that. Guard's just gonna get so much value here in the middle, gonna tank the Sparky Shot and lure everything in the middle. Didn't really want to Rocket there, because I knew the Inferno Tower would get a bit more value, finish off the Sparky, and cost 1 less Elixir, but it would also help against, like, the left lane there. Yeah, so we should have a pretty solid matchup here. And we're actually gonna Goblin Barrel his Elixir Collector, because I'm pretty sure he's, like, at 0 Elixir after playing that, so yeah, he didn't have, like, a Dark Prince ready to defend that. And I kind of want to save my Rocket as much as possible for his Sparky, just to avoid taking any chances. I'm actually going to Princess Sane lane here. It might make his Minion Horde a bit harder to deal with if he goes with it in the middle here in a bit, but I kind of just want to go with his same lane, just in case he was able to, like, snipe it with a Wizard or something if I went with it in the other lane. So yeah, this is a bit dangerous. This matchup's pretty easy in general with us having Rocket for the Sparky, but we do still have to watch out for the Minion Horde. But yeah, with those princesses getting stacked up, there's really no way he's gonna break through here. Because he does have, like, a really heavy deck, so he's not really able to keep up with our quick cycle and all our spam stuff here. And honestly, we don't even need a rocket that much to defend against him, because we have, like, guards to block his Sparky, Inferno Tower to kill his Giant. And I'm pretty sure he has no reset, so we can't really stop the Inferno Tower from killing his Giant. So we will actually minion horde here, but I'm just going to get sacrificed right into the Princess, so quite good for us here. Princess should finish off the Sparky as well. And we're just going to Goblin Barrel Rocket here, because I know if he plays like a Mini P.E.K.K.A or something, he's just going to die. And yeah, he will play it, but it's just going to get evaporated. He does actually defend pretty well, though, with all his cards, but since he spent that Mini P.E.K.K.A, I know he can't really punish us for our aggressive play. So we just need one more rocket at this point, or like a... Maybe we can get like a couple Goblin Barrel sabs on his tower. Okay, just one, but yeah, it should be GG. Alright, on the final game here, we're actually just going to use Hog Earthquake Firecracker, the standard version. I feel like I had to use it at least once this video. And yeah, we're actually facing a pretty good player here once again. Alright, so... Looks like he has Ice Spirit as well. That can actually only mean a couple things. Either he's running like a Hog deck or Expo. And yeah, looks like he is running Hog. And seeing the Tesla as well, it's probably going to be a mirror matchup. We do have to figure out if he's going to be running the version with like Queen, and if he has Lightning, or if he just has the same version as I do. This isn't going to be the most fun mirror matchup, honestly. It's more of like a game of EQ cycle, but sometimes if you can make pretty good plays and manage to get like a lucky Hog hit. Okay, so he does have Earthquake here. Kind of was hoping he had Lightning, because when you have Earthquake in this mirror match, it's way better compared to Lightning. So he will go with a late Tesla there, but we didn't have Earthquake in cycle, so we couldn't actually kill it off. Alright, we're just gonna chill out here. And yeah, we're probably just gonna get another Earthquake off. We're a little bit ahead in cycle compared to him, so I don't think he's actually gonna get an Earthquake off here. Yeah. And he does end up wasting that Firecracker. I feel like that wasn't the best Firecracker, because it just dies to our Tesla here. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in this position. Just even being up like just a tiny bit of damage is always going to be really nice for us. We're just going to log his tower here, make sure we have a Tesla in cycle for whenever he tries to go with that Hog Rider. Yeah. And we're also with the skeletons on his Hog Rider, just so that if we go with like a Hog later on and any high Teslas, our Tesla will kill it. We're just going to go with a Hog at 0, because I think we outcycled this Tesla here. He is going to have really nice defense, though, and completely deny our Hog from any hits. Sometimes it's worth it to just defend the opponent Hog without a Tesla, just so that you can kind of outcycle them. Because if you defend a Hog with, like, Skeleton's Ice Spirit plus Log, then you spent 4 Elixir, but you cycled 3 cards, so you're going to be ahead in cycle, usually. And we actually prediction Log there, so we couldn't activate King Tower. Our Firecracker didn't actually get any hits on his tower, but it was pretty worth it there just to avoid the King activation. And we're always going to be going with high Teslas here, because never want to give him any Earthquake value. And he is slowly coming back, but we are slightly ahead in cycle. We're going to Earthquake his Tesla here. Was kind of expecting him to go with a late Tesla. And he still will defend pretty nicely, but pretty good spot for us so far. We're just gonna cycle a Firecracker opposite lane. Always a good way to like get a bit of pressure down on them when they're trying to EQ cycle you. We're gonna Earthquake here, and we're actually gonna click the Tesla this time, so pretty good stuff here. And he went with kind of bad skeletons there, so we're gonna get a Firecracker shot on his tower. Yeah, well actually like nearly 2 shots. You'll actually go with a pretty good prediction Log there, so we kind of have to sacrifice our Firecracker and give him 1 Hog hit. So it is a bit closer than I'd like, but we're still pretty firmly in the lead there, especially with that Earthquake here. You can't really beat us in the EQ cycle game at this point after being down like nearly 500 damage. And honestly, it's still worth it to go with the high Tesla, even if they have a high Tesla up themselves, just to not give them the Earthquake value. And we do actually miss the EQ there a bit on his Tesla, so pretty good placement by him. But yeah, we just need like 3 more EQs. We're gonna prioritize defense here. Valkyrie Hog is honestly not really ever gonna get value on offense in most scenarios, because we can just easily defend with our own Valkyrie plus Tesla, and we're gonna get a counter-pushing Valkyrie as well. Yeah, now we just need like 2 more Earthquakes. Yeah, not worried to go with a high Tesla even if he has a Firecracker up, because it will still fully counter the Hog usually. And I think it's not the best play by him either to go with the EQ on the Tesla. I always think it's better to just EQ the tower, because you're never really going to break through the Tesla anyways, unless, you know, something weird happens. Alright, that's going to be GG's. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!